Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second Hunger Games of round 36. And today I bring you something a little crispy. I've done little modifications, just a teeny weeny, deleted like 30 events out of every section out of every day, and made atrocities and horrors. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be at least one lava burst. I hope I did it right. I've tested it like a lot. There should be at least one lava burst in this, I'm hoping, if it's done right. And I don't know because the programming with this is weird. But before I ramble on, let's get into the game. Today I bring you 24 contestants, all competing for a grand prize of 100,000 bullets. And just look at the pictures and names, man. Sometimes it kills me. Look at Corn. Corn, Crush, Toko Fukawa. It just kills me. Let's proceed. The Bloodbath. As the tributes stand on the podium, the horn sounds. Crush runs away from the cornucopia. Mata grabs a backpack and retreats. Flygon grabs a sword. Yoradula runs away from the cornucopia. Donnie runs away from the cornucopia. Emma grabs a sword. The only smart one. They actually went to the cornucopia for a weapon. Quavers runs away from the cornucopia. I don't know where you guys are going because look, I talked to the developers and the creators and we removed all the pits. I'm pretty sure there are no more pits left in the game. There are no more ice traps. You can't fall off the side of the map, so I don't know where you guys are running to. Corn snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. That'll come in handy later. Prelude to some changes I made. Atem runs away from the cornucopia. Equilibrium runs away from the cornucopia. Toko Fakawa runs away from the cornucopia. OG Bubbles runs away from the cornucopia. God, you guys are a bunch of cowards. Tropical finds a bag full of explosives. Could come in handy. King T runs away from the cornucopia. Hugo runs away from the cornucopia. Frustration finds a bag full of explosives. Okay, I like where this is going. Let's see if we can get some explosive kills. Mr. Dieter runs away from the cornucopia. Man's got a killer car business. I can't tell you how many times the man has saved my life when it comes to mission cars. Bondi runs away from the cornucopia. Tyler Cassidy takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. And oh no, Inside Out sits Nikiforov. Fuck, I told him I would say his name right too. It's Nikiforov. On fire with a Molotov. I'm sorry, Nikiforov. At least I got the name right. Longtooth runs away from the cornucopia. And Tubbs grabs a jar of fishing bait while Vsop gets fishing gear. Ooh, looks like we got a team up. Day one. Bondi, not one to exert too much energy, made sure to stuff themselves before they get in here. They just sat in the field, picking flowers, wondering how long they could survive. And Vsop, oh man, they got brutal. Shot an arrow at Crush, trying to take them out. My brain buffered for a minute. I'm running on Windows. Mike never booted me up to his main processor, so I run slow sometimes. But misses and kills Hugo instead. Oh, how unfortunate. Tropical and Yorol. Hold on. Yorolda. Yorolda. You're now Yorolda. Quaver constructs a shack. Handyman half his life, he knows what he's doing. Man built up a house with traps galore, trust me. Emma injures herself, wandering around, and just, we don't even know what happened. We didn't have the cameras on her. We figured she was safe for at least 30 minutes, and we came back and, boom. Cut up leg, bruised arm, battered head. We don't know what happened to her. Longtooth, following Quaver's just modifications beautifully, also constructs a death shack. Listen here, Fly. I am recording a video. Don't you have any sanctity for the rights of recording? Gah! Go away. Inside Out and Equilibrium hunt for other tributes. King T travels to higher ground. Mr. Dieter stacks a Tem. NC Dieter, I did it right this time. I did it. Tubbs receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Toko Fakawa searches for a water source, sorry. Corn discovers a river. Still can't get over that face. I'm rooting for you, Corn. OG Bubbles explores the arena to truly make sure that we got rid of all the pitfalls, trying to trigger them one after another for some odd reason. Donnie makes a slingshot. Flygon and Mata work together to drown frustration. Hey, sometimes you gotta drown frustration out. It happens. And Tyler Cassidy, unconcerned with things going on, fishes. They're hungry as shit. There's fish. They fish. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Night 1. Mr. Dieter and Tropical huddle for warmth. I think they're huddling for a little more than warmth, but I highly doubt the warmth they think they're getting, or they're fucked it. Okay, repeat. Mr. Dieter and Tropical huddle for warmth, but the warmth they're huddling for will be lava, not for you know what. Ho ho. Equilibrium accidentally steps on a landmine. Mata questions her sanity. Sorry, Mata. You're now a girl. You just gotta accept it. I'm sure you can have fun with it. Toko Fukawa receives explosives from an unknown sponsor. Donnie and Crush work together to drown tubs. How are you going to drown a tub? They're supposed to contain water. That doesn't make sense. And oh god, you guys are just merciless. I know we took out the frozen pitfall and everything, but that doesn't mean you have to manually drown people. This is fucked. Longtooth and OG Bubbles work together to drown Flygon. Y'all are just ruthless. Vsop thinks about winning. You're fuck. Yorolda receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Why does it trigger like a weird memory about Elmo? Like there was a movie where Elmo was like, I don't know, he was in a factory and he had to beat this one guy. It was like realistic but not, kind of like the fucked up Alvin and the Chipmunks disaster movie. It's like a faded memory of a movie that once existed that might have been fantasy, might have actually existed. I'm not sure. If anyone's listening to this rambling and can think of that movie out of that short description, let me know. I might even look at it after this. I haven't thought about that movie in years. Inside Out thinks about home and if you'll ever see it again. Quavers, not knowing how they got here, cries himself to sleep. Tyler Cassidy stays awake all night. Atem questions her sanity. Bondi stays awake all night, not wanting to be killed in their sleep. Little did they know we made it impossible. Hehehe. Oh, what's that? There's a ringing, but I don't know what the ringing is. Okay, whatever. I'm not sure what that ringing is, guys. It might just be in my ears. Bonnie stays awake all night. King T climbs up a tree to rest. Emma bleeds out due to untreated injuries. See, guys, this is why we have to have a camera on someone at all times. You cannot slack off because we took cameras off of her last time for 1 second and she was battered. And now we come back and she's just bled out. This is why we have to have cameras 24/7. I told you. I know we don't have the budget, but dang it, man some drones in some other districts. Jesus. Corn receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Day 2. OG Bubbles practices her archery. Uralda tries to shoot an arrow at Bondi but misses and kills Corn and said, "No, Corn! Corn!" Oh, it was so sad, but it was really kind of epic. You should have seen it. They pulled it back all fancy like. Bondi was scared shitless and then here comes Corn just out of nowhere. Right in the neck. It was clean but dirty. All at the same time. Inside Out explores the arena. Longtooth just collects fruit from a tree. Happy, vibing, living their best life. Mr. Dieter makes a slingshot, thinking it might come in handy, but I guarantee you it won't. Donnie picks flowers. Quavers makes a slingshot. Atem tracks down and kills Mata. Oh, geez, that sounds like some personal business there, guys. Toko Fukawa tries to sleep through the entire day. And King T collects fruit from a tree. Tyler Cassidy receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. And Vsop tracks down and kills Crush. Oh, geez. Y'all are just... If you're not drowning them, you're murdering them. I mean, I know that's the game, and I've always asked for that, but wow. Y'all just take a 360 from your peaceful shack building and flower picking to just straight up murder. There's some of you out there that are doing the average, but some of y'all just changed. I don't know what happened. And Tropical questions his sanity. You know what? I questioned mine too, buddy. Arena event. Hell yeah, I did it right. A volcano erupts at the center of the arena. OG Bubble survives. Vsop is buried in ash. Mr. Dieter is buried in ash. King T survives. Uralda is buried in ash. Quaver is unable to make it to anywhere whatsoever, just suffocates in the ash. He doesn't get buried, but man, is it toxic, and didn't take long, and man, it was honestly kind of brutal. We had to block it out. We had to up the rating for the PG on that one. Tyler Cassidy survives. Toko Fukawa survives. Tropical survives. Atem survives. Longtooth pushes Donnie into the lava, and oh, it was just cinematic. Just the whole not Lord of the Rings, Simba vibes. Not Simba vibes. Fuck, what do they call that movie? The Lion King vibes. There we go. And, oh, Bondi dips her weapon in lava and kills Inside Out with it. Oh, his insides were out after that lava weapon. Yikes. 13 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. R.I.P. Night 2. Atem dies of dysentery, having drinking dirty water out of the lake they drowned someone in. And it just goes to show you that a dead body in a lake is kind of a red flag. You probably shouldn't drink that. Oh god, Tropical lets OG Bubbles into his shelter. It's a trap! It's a trap! Tyler Cassidy sets up a camp for the night. Bondi cries herself to sleep of thinking of what she did to poor Inside Out. Just the imagery of the blade slicing through his flesh like butter, vivid in her mind. Longtooth destroys King T's supplies while she is asleep, and Toko Fakawa climbs a tree to rest. The feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families. Toko Fakawa decides not to go to the feast and sleep in. Tropical, Longtooth, and OG Bubbles confront each other, but grab what they want and slowly avoid. Slowly. Oh wait, I botched that whole sentence. Tropical, Longtooth, and OG Bubbles confront each other, but grab what they want slowly to avoid conflict. And King T said, "Call that," and set Bondi on live. I'm trying to be creative, but all I get is tongue tied. You know how that be sometimes. King T sets Bondi on fire with a Molotov, and Tyler Cassidy decides not to go to the feast. I don't know. I think that's one of the rather chill feasts. Only one death. Day 3. Long. I almost said long nose. I'm staring at the picture too much. The afro and everything. It's killing me. Longtooth picks flowers, completely unconcerned with anything going on at all during this entire game. I don't even know if this man knows he's here. He's just vibing. Tropical searches for a water source. Toko Fakawa travels to higher ground. OG Bubbles thinks about home. And I think about murdering this goddamn fly. Tyler Cassidy tends to King T's wounds. Oh. Looks like the lava might have got him a little more than we thought, boys. We might have missed something there. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Night 3. King T continues to try to treat her infection and slowly losing the battle. It might be old time to put King T out of their misery. OG Bubbles tries to shag herself to sleep. Oh my god, my brain is devolving. I can't read, I can't speak, I can't see. OG Bubbles tries to sing herself to sleep. I don't know. I am not going to comment on that. Tropical receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Longtooth climbs a tree to rest. Tyler Cassidy is awoken by nightmares. And Toko Fakawa starts a fire. Presumably for warmth, but they also might have caught some fish. We never know. Hopefully it's not from that one lake or they might die. Day 4. OG Bubbles, sick of sleeping on the ground or in a tree, constructs his shack with a nice little sturdy bed inside. Toko Fakawa, having burnt up all their wood, goes out in search of more. Tyler Cassidy, walking around, just, hunting for food and whatnot, trips on a branch and just, boom, smack their head off the ground, and now they're just in a daze and confused. But I'm sure they'll be fine. Tropical tends to Longtooth's wounds. Oh, it's kind of nice to see a little humanity, even though you probably should have slaughtered him when you noticed his weakness, And King T receives explosives from an unknown sponsor. Oh, shit. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Night 4. Tropical kills Toko Fakawa with his own weapon. Oh, it was brutal. Busted into his shack and just picked up the bed and... Oh, graphic. Loved it. Longtooth goes to sleep. Just in the field, vibing right there. No cares of the world. And OG Bubbles attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. And King T and Tyler Cassidy huddle for warmth. We all know that never ends well, though. Usually a stabbed neck or a stabbed abdomen. Day 5. OG Bubbles questions her sanity. King T fishes. Tyler Cassidy discovers a river. And Longtooth kills Tropical with a hatchet. And let me tell you, it wasn't natural. It was Longtooth was just kind of sitting out there, and he found a hatchet on the ground. We don't even know how that hatchet got there, seriously. And he just picked that thing up and hucked it. And about, 30 seconds later, walking through the woods, it's Tropical, and then all of a sudden, poof, poof. I don't even think he meant to do that. And if he did, he's on some other fucking level that we are not, because holy shit, was that a hell of an art kill cam. That's some Call of Duty level shit right there. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Night 5. Longtooth destroys King T's supplies while she sleeps in spite. Just to say fuck you, we think. Because he stared at her sleeping and could have killed her, had all the opportunity, and just walked away. And Tyler Cassidy, wasting no time, stabs OG Bubbles with a tree branch. Oh god, I love that death. It's hilarious. Sorry, OG Bubbles, but that's one of the best ways to die in this game, in my opinion. Day 6. King T camouflages herself into the bushes, knowing that the end is at hand and they want to win that credit real bad. Or not credit, 100,000 bullets. I'm thinking of the last one. And Tyler Cassidy poisoned Longtooth's drink. He drinks it and dies completely unaware. Oh no. I was rooting for you, Longtooth. You and the afro. Arena event. A volcano erupts at the center of the arena. And Tyler Cassidy wastes no time dipping her weapon and killing King T with it. Oh, it was brutal. First he went for the legs, then the arms, and then slashed his head off. And then as the body fell apart, he sliced the torso in half like a freaking finisher from Mortal Kombat. It was amazing. Now that is some cinematics you have to pay to see. Congratulations, Tyler Cassidy. Oh, wait. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. And the winner is Tyler Cassidy from District 10. Congratulations. Man, hell yeah. I think it looks like you had the most kills. I think most of the kills were to the event. Amazing. Most of the kills were to the arena event. Congratulations, and I'll see you in the next one.